Hi everyone. Imagine a land in the heart of Africa, arid, scorching, yet in its soul burns the steadfast spirit of its ancestors. That is where Islam first arrived. Not with the march of armies, not through war or conquest, but in a gentle whisper, in the footsteps of merchants who carried more than just spices and gold. They came from the north, from Morocco, from Mali, from Niger, crossing barren plains and scorching winds, bringing the rarest treasure of all, knowledge and faith. Islam was not accepted instantly, but the people of Burkina Faso saw something different. They saw honest traders. They saw humble scholars. They saw people who did not judge but embraced. Then something happened, something never written in Western history books. One by one, tribal leaders began to ask, "Who is your God? What is your holy book? Why do you never get angry when deceived?" And the answers stirred their hearts. La ilaha illallah, there is no God but Allah. Simple mosques began to rise, not from marble, nor with towering columns, but from mud and love. Because in this arid land, Islam grew from roots of compassion, not the whip of power. Burkina Faso, a land whose name means land of honest men, now stands as proof that Islam is not just a religion, but a light. And that light, to this very day, still shines on the paths of farmers, merchants, children, and their leaders. They had no palaces, but they had faith. They had no technology, but they had sincerity. And from there, the light of Islam began to illuminate West Africa, not with thunder, but with a calmness that never fades. By day, they were ordinary farmers. By night, they became students of knowledge and remembrance. Behind the savannah hills and the bustling markets, there exists a hidden force unseen by the world. The sky guardians of Burkina Faso, not soldiers, not politicians, but scholars and spiritual leaders. They are known as sheikhs, imams, murshids, and marabouts. They do not only teach how to pray and fast, they nurture the soul, calm the heart, and shape the nation's character. One of them is Sheikh Abubakar Sana, a revered figure of the Tijaniya order, a Sufi path rooted in love, knowledge, and inner peace. Sheikh Sana did more than teach Dhikr. He built Islamic boarding schools. He nurtured thousands of students. He led his people not from the pulpit but from the front of the field. Sheikh never got angry even when insulted. He would only smile and say, "Those who don't yet know God still need our compassion." In remote villages every Friday night, thousands gather. They recite Dhikr together. They weep. They forgive. This is the power of Islam in Burkina Faso. A soul purified, not just a body disciplined. But Islamic leaders in Burkina Faso are not just spiritual teachers. They are protectors of the people from danger and darkness. When dirty politics poisons the land, when radical groups try to infiltrate, the imams and sheikhs stand on the front lines. They speak out boldly. This is not Islam. This is a disease. Do not bring the poison of hatred into our land. As the world looks upon Islam with suspicion, in Burkina Faso, Islam still lives through love. Because as long as the sky guardians stand strong, the light of Islam will never fade. Not in the mosques, not in the fields, and not in the hearts of the people of Burkina Faso. They do not thirst for power. They do not seek fame. They want only one thing, that the next generation may come to know God through love, not fear. In many parts of the world, religious differences can spark riots, hatred, even war. But in Burkina Faso, a remarkable sight unfolds instead. A Muslim father hugging his Christian daughter. And no one thinks it's wrong. In the villages of Burkina Faso, religion is not a wall. It is a bridge, not a divider of blood, but a binder of hearts. In a small town called Bobo Dioulasso, there lived a Muslim teacher named Karim. He married a Christian woman named Elise. They did not change each other's beliefs, but they agreed on one thing: love must be stronger than difference. Today, their children pray at the mosque with their father, and on Sundays go to church with their mother. And no one is forced. This is not fake tolerance. This is not state-mandated harmony. This is culture. This is blood. This is Burkina Faso. Every year, when Eid arrives, Christians offer warm greetings. When Christmas comes, Muslims help decorate their neighbors' homes because they understand what's being protected is peace, not just their individual religions. If Islam makes me hate my neighbor, then I have not understood Islam. If Christianity distances me from my brother, then I have not understood Jesus. But sadly, outside forces are trying to destroy this harmony. Radical groups from abroad infiltrate the borders, spreading hatred, sowing seeds of division. They aim to tear apart Muslims against Christians, neighbor against neighbor. But the people of Burkina Faso chose unity. Imams and pastors stood side by side, shielding their communities. At one interfaith mass prayer, with trembling voice and teary eyes, a pastor hugged an imam and said, "Burkina Faso is not just a Muslim-majority nation. It is a land where religion does not divide, but unites, in laughter, in tears, and in a love that is real." Burkina Faso, a peaceful land that, for centuries, lived in calm and harmony. But in recent years, the storm began to rise. Armed groups carrying false banners of religion infiltrated from the north. They did not spread dawah. They spread terror. They attacked schools. They burned mosques and churches. They kidnapped imams and pastors, and they claimed to act in the name of Islam. But Islam does not spill blood without reason. Islam is not born from hatred. Amidst the storm, one voice rose. His name, Imam Abdoulaye Ouédraogo, a humble man, once known only in his small community. But when the nation began to shake, he didn't choose to hide. He stepped forward and became the people's last stronghold. If they come with weapons, we fight back with knowledge. If they spread fear, we respond with prayer. Together with other religious leaders, Imam Ouédraogo visited every refugee camp, comforted the people, stopped the cycle of revenge, and united the nation with a powerful truth. We are not just one religion. We are one nation. At one moment, extremist fighters threatened to attack his village. The people panicked. Many prepared to fight back. But the Imam stood at the village gate, alone, and he said, "If it's blood you want, take mine first. But you will not divide my people." His courage moved the world. And from that day on, he was no longer known only as a mosque leader, but as a leader of the nation. Burkina Faso is not yet fully free from threats. But one truth has become clear: as long as leaders stand, not for power, but for truth, then no storm, no matter how great, can defeat the light of faith. That Imam had no weapon, but he had a courage no bullet could silence. He had no army, but he had a people ready to defend peace. And through him, Burkina Faso showed the world that true Islam does not arrive with fear, but comes bearing hope. The journey of Islam in Burkina Faso is not just the story of one nation. It is a mirror that Islam can be a path of peace, anywhere, anytime, as long as there are pure hearts and honest leaders.